Well, Brandon, I know
Yes.
that yesterday was Valentine's Day, so I got all dressed up for the real Valentine's today with you. I just. What are you wearing? We're both. I told you that I was the one that was going to wear maroon. I told you that it's my color.
Maroon 2.
Buckle up. We're going to have some fun.
Oh, I couldn't get up to the intro fast enough.
Oh, baby. We here.
We steer.
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna, and this is GPS. And why does my skin tone look like that of a fetus this morning? Good God. It's like pinkish. It's fresh out. Like it's still just
The fetus, huh?
yeah. I got big fetus vibes going on this morning. Big fetus. Big fetus.
Tom is in the third trimester of skin development.
It is. It looks so pink.
You do look
Why?
whitey pinky white.
I gotta fix the lighting in here. I set it up because I had it set up for the reaction video, so I just threw it together.
You need some warm toned lights.
Yeah. Well, I usually have I could have yellow ones. Maybe Ethan, if a sponsor will take it. Anyway, I'm just saying. I got no warm lights in here. It's just
Buckle up. We're going to have some fun.
honestly, that needs to be the new intro,
I know.
for every single one. So
Good.
that's it. Also, put it on a shirt. Big fetus energy.
Big fetus energy.
Big fetus energy. But folks, listen, we got some stuff to talk about. We're gonna kind of love that I don't understand that reference, and he will have no idea. Perna will have no idea.
Imagine Grossi. Imagine Grossi.
Imagine all the fetus.
Whoa, imagine.
Yeah, that's it.
Well,
We got some stuff to talk about. We're going to kind of do a little recap of the season because we might be taking Friday off unless some crazy news stories happen. It's going to start getting a little quiet for the next couple weeks until Aaron Rodgers makes a decision or Derek Carr makes a decision or I make a decision.
yeah.
But yeah,
quiet for everybody not watching XFL football coming up this weekend because it's about to get noisy up in here.
Yeah? Are you streaming?
No, God, no.
You're like, get
No,
ready,
no.
folks. It's going to be amazing. Oh, are you streaming any games? Absolutely not.
Yeah. I made a video about the XFL 2 months ago, and I've literally forgot everything I said in that video. And I'm going to do a power rankings for it because we have no sample size of games.
Nope.
Barely know which players are on what team, and most of the players don't know who the hell they are.
Brett Huntley is playing. He's a QB.
Who?
Brett Huntley.
Oh, yeah. Huntley. Wait, what?
Brett Huntley? Yeah.
Tyler Huntley's brother?
No, different guy. Old Packers QB.
Yeah, I started to write it this morning. I'm like, dear God, it's like I have to learn a whole new language.
Yeah, no, it's different. Yeah, by the way, Brandon Perna, I watched that Just Brain vlog also.
Dang.
So got the gift card, and that's why you're like, let's go Chili's. But Jess said you wanted to take her somewhere nicer.
Yeah,
she
it
was like, no.
Funny. It was fun.
No.
It's a good story.
Which get yourself somebody who's like, no, let's go to Chili's because that's a keeper right there. One.
Oh, yeah.
Two, I'm a little disappointed you get the honey chipotle chicken crispers.
Whoa. I've never even eaten those.
No,
I don't even know if they had them. I don't even know if they had them then.
BV Tom loved some honey chipotle chicken.
Make sure you
crispers.
subscribe to Jess's channel. Great video she dropped on Valentine's Day about how we met. But yeah, because we sat next to each other, like she says in the video, and really we just fucking annoyed each other and harassed each other for months. It was a fun game.
So why didn't you ever post the video that she cameoed in with you and Sam?
And we never uploaded. It was not good.
Where is it now?
I think it's on in a Final Cut Pro document, and I don't have that anymore.
Oh, boo!
Bam, Battlehawks. Are they going to be number 1 in the power rankings?
Is that what it is? Oh my God! Is the Battlehawks logo like an American eagle with a gun?
Oh, that'd be sick.
That would be America's team. It's just like bam, bam. That's it. Because or does it have like guns for wings? Like like the little feathers at the end.
Ooh, we need to have that made.
I'm sure it already exists. Or what if it drives a tank? And then you have to wonder, well, how does a bird fly a tank? It's a Battlehawk.
I saw Birdman. Pretty easy.
Oh, yeah, the one with Michael Keaton?
Yeah, Michael Keaton plays a bird.
Yeah. Sounds
that
right.
morphs into a bat.
Oh.
That drives a tank.
That's it.
Who would win in a fight? Michael Keaton as Batman or Michael Keaton as Birdman?
I think it's Batman.
That's what I want to talk about today.
Batman.
Not Eric Bieniemy.
I think it's
not
Batman.
The Colts or the Cardinals.
No.
Birdman.
No. Birdman. Now, what about Bird Person? Don't watch Rick and Morty either. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Yeah, we can talk about this too. Speaking of funny things, let's talk about TikTok Boy.
Woo!
It was like just the most random thing that popped up on my feed. But AJ Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster getting into it yesterday because Juju Smith-Schuster posted a Valentine saying I will always hold you.
Yeah, let me just go. I'll go find it.
It was honestly phenomenal. It was really good. And then AJ Brown quote tweets him and basically says you were irrelevant before Patrick Mahomes. Like, had you restructure your contract, TikTok Boy? And it was just, it was it.
They got it was deep.
And you know what? Whose side are you on? Are you team AJ Brown or team Juju Smith-Schuster?
Whose side do you think I'm on?
Juju Smith-Schuster. You asked, so honestly, you opened yourself for that. You could have just
opened myself.
You did. How was your Valentine's Day, buddy? Did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, you guys do anything fun?
No, we're supposed to supposed to go out to dinner tonight for our nice Valentine's. No, I cooked dinner. It was great.
Okay, what'd you cook?
I did some sausage and pepper and onion and rice, and it was a good.
Do you have some vino with it too, or like?
What's that?
Do you have some vino? So you have some wine with it, or no?
I did not.
Okay, just sausage, peppers, and some rice. Okay.
Yeah, it was a whole family. Oh,
the whole family. Did you play romantic music?
Yes.
Okay. Did you sing it?
No.
Okay. What song did you play?
The romantic music is just the Jeopardy theme music in the background.
Ooh, I prefer Who Wants to Be a Millionaire to set the mood, but okay. To each their own. As soon as the clothes come off, it's like
dun dun.
Okay. All right. Anyway, so getting back to the football.
All right. There's Juju.
So Juju Smith-Schuster put out a Valentine saying, "I'll hold you when it matters most." Obviously, taking some shots,
which is funny. Except you're admitting that you couldn't win the game on your own there, Juju, which is what I find hilarious.
It also is like how it was handled was done so well, and then it was like, yeah, I held, like it is what it is, and then that happens, and then AJ Brown responds. It's the top one there. Yeah. It's so good. It reads so. First off, congratulations. Y'all deserve it. This is lame. You was on the way out of the league before Mahomes resurrected your career on your 1 year TikTok, on your 1 year deal, TikTok Boy.
Yeah. And AJ Brown lives by the same set of rules as I do. As long as you start it with no disrespect, you can say whatever the hell you want after.
Anything. You could
No
say
disrespect,
absolutely anything.
but you a punk. That's basically what this says.
He called him TikTok boy. It's so great. It's so great.
Yeah, that's what's, I guess, like, if you want to nitpick this, like, all the Eagles handled the loss with the utmost class. They took the highest road. Bradbury just owns up to it.
Yeah.
Kelsey makes no excuses. Like, the whole team is just, they're above, the stuff we want to talk about, the bad call. They could have made a stink about it. And for no reason, Juju got to come out and do this instead of being classy as well.
Like, you got to, you know what, Brandon? Maybe, God, see, the problem is, like, you're probably just going to agree with me. Do you find, and maybe this is just in the sphere that I'm in.
Yeah.
Do you find that there has been a lot of damage control from Chiefs fans of just kind of like, get over it, like, oh, well, like, back, instead of just enjoying the Super Bowl win? That's not everybody, but I feel like there's a lot of like, cry haters cry.
Oh, yeah. Chiefs fans are handling this with almost no class.
And it's not everybody. It's just like, I'm seeing it, like, because I did a Chiefs fan reaction yesterday. I did a bunch of research, and like, it was like, yeah, like, we're all good. They're very happy after the Bengals win because the Bengals were talking a lot of trash. And it just seems that, like, now there's a little bit more rubbing in going on and just being like, oh, well, get over it.
Yeah, that's every fan base. And I've got a very interesting relationship with Chiefs fans because there is a strong group of Chiefs fans who are just friggin' awesome.
Oh, yeah,
who
100%.
Enjoy when I, poke fun at them and they give it back, but it's in like a fun way. Then there's the other group who know that I'm a Broncos fan and only come in to give me the middle finger. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I see the best and the worst of it. And the same thing was like true with Patriots fans when the Broncos and the Pats were actually competitive. We had Manning and Brady. It's most people are cool, and most people, like, people watching right now, are the coolest of the cool. Like, nobody, there's not like a Chiefs fan who hates the Broncos and hates me who's coming in to watch this show. You know what I mean? It's the people who get, like, I'm happy for fans when their team wins the Super Bowl. Like,
oh yeah,
I get it. It's freaking awesome. Enjoy it. But there's like that fine line of enjoying it and being happy about their team versus my team won. Now I'm going to the internet to just be insufferable. And the more a team wins, the more power those people gain.
Well, you know what's funny too is, like, that's the stuff that's gonna get highlighted, and that's eventually what's gonna get people to turn again. I mean, because again, after this win, you're already gonna see people like turn on the Chiefs because they're just gonna be winning a lot. I said, like, I enjoy watching them because they're just a fun football team to watch. Andy Reid is fun. Patrick Mahomes is so much fun to watch. So, like, I'm all about it. You guys can win whatever you want. But in terms of, like, fan bases, no, they're going to get it. They're going to get it.
Well, and what's funny, what I wanted to talk about too, it's like, I think people choose to see kind of what they want to see to fuel
absolutely their narrative.
And I think Travis Kelce is like a really good example of that, in that right after the Super Bowl, he was like, nobody believed in us. Not a single person basically on earth thought that the Chiefs would be good in his eyes. Not true at all. Absolutely not true at all. See, I have a different experience where all I see is like people thinking the Chiefs are good, which I feel like. And Chiefs fans, I feel like, felt disrespected to start this season because people
I agree.
were like, they might not be as good without Tyreek Hill.
Yep.
Nobody was like, they're not going to be good at all. There's maybe some crazy people out there saying like they're not going to make the playoffs.
That's dumb.
I was like, they're going to be they might not be as good without Tyreek Hill, but they're still going to probably win the AFC West. And coming out of last season, you had the Bills, who looked just as good as the Chiefs in that playoff game. You had the Bengals who beat them. So I think people were like, the AFC is going to be really competitive, and experts who are making picks, They're like, I think the Bills have the best shot. I think the Bengals have the best shot. And if you're a fan of the Chiefs, you're like, those people think we're the worst team on earth. Like, that's where it goes. It's not like they might be slightly better. And
Brandon,
when you're that good, though, you have to keep that mentality. Like, I get it. The Patriots did that. Remember we're still here. We're still here from Tom Brady.
Yeah.
What?
Brandon,
Am I ranting? Do I need to just shut up?
No, it's not that you're ranting. It's just, and maybe I'm wrong. Didn't on GPS you say the Chiefs weren't going to make the playoffs?
No. I mean, maybe at one point, but my official predictions
early
were
season, like
the Chiefs they would win the AFC
Because
West.
after Russell Wilson got traded. Yeah.
The Broncos. Well, yeah, I said the Broncos were going to be great that week, but
Yeah.
that week I was like, they're going to win it all, baby. But that's the point. You're supposed to overreact a little bit. But go like all through the season, before the season, I was like, the Chiefs probably going to win the AFC West. Maybe it's going to be between the Broncos and Chargers to come in second place. And then I also admitted I was wrong almost immediately. 5 weeks into the season, I'm like, oh,
I
God.
picked the Chargers to win,
Broncos
but I think
got some issues.
Chiefs can still go to the playoffs.
Did I say the Chiefs played the worst game ever this season? And the worst after that? No, it was my team. It was my team who went to the bottom. All the way down to hell we went. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I picked the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. I got the receipts.
You also rooted for them a lot.
I tried everything to stop them.
You really did. You tried a lot,
everything.
Buddy.
But again, let's be
Travis
honest.
Kelce watched it and heard it and was like, wow, we even converted a Broncos fan. Let's go win it for him.
Yeah. Just remember, as a fan, you have no control over the game.
That's completely incorrect.
No control.
I'm sorry. Then what was that commercial when everyone was like cracking the Pepsis and it made the kicker miss? You're telling me that that's not a documentary?
No. And wait, is that the same one where Kylie Jenner stopped war?
Oh, the protest.
Jenner?
That's a very different commercial.
They're both Pepsi, though, right?
Yeah, they're both Pepsi. Yeah, they are. They're both Pepsi. Or is it Bud Light? I don't remember.
I did not say that. And if I did say it, it was tongue in cheek, guys.
Oh my God, Perna's a politician. I didn't say it. Well, if I did, you deserved it.
That's the thing, though. Like, I'm making jokes. Come on. Come on, guys. I say a lot of crazy shit in jest.
I think you could also impact the game if you go out streaking on the field and like people are just blinded. I think you could affect the game, right? Like, let's just say you ran out, right, to the 50-yard line, naked, covered in maple syrup, right? That's going to get in the head of somebody. Whether it's the officials, and that's going to impact the game, whether it's the coaching staff, whether it's the players, whether it's the fans who are then going to quiet down, so now teams don't have to burn a timeout when they're on offense. I'm just...
Yeah, you could sneak a beehive into the game and then throw the bees on the field. Start stinging players.
You do it.
Don't advocate for it, but
no. Just saying. Just saying. It could just saying. Don't want to make generalizations here. In addition, Derek Carr is a free elf. Dobby, he got his sock yesterday. Was released before. That's a Harry Potter reference. Do you not? Have you never seen Harry Potter either?
No.
No, my dude. Oh, like nothing. Like I know, like nowadays, yeah, but like
little wizard boy. I don't think so.
You coming at me with that trash little wizard boy?
I watched Lord of the Rings, and I said, this is
fair.
great. I don't need to ruin it with no little wizard boy.
I didn't like Rings of Power, though. Did you watch that?
The Amazon one?
Yeah, there's a couple good like
we
parts.
Started, but it faded off. I didn't not like it, but Jess, I don't think was too into it. So
it's not great. It's just whatever. Like I wanted it to be a lot better. It's just
I like my wizards big, like Gandalf.
What? Oh yeah, so you got TG.
Yeah, I'm letting the hair thicken up a little bit. Okay, it's gotta get thick. Gotta get that thick hair growing in.
I really hope you make it into a Manscaped ad.
I've offered, man. They politely said no.
Politely, they're like, "Sir, please keep it on.
Just
keep it
do
on."
the ads on the show like we want.
You're just
Stay out
like,
of our emails.
I think if you just do an ad where you have like one of those stand-up mirrors and it's just you like bent over trying to shave hair, I think it does really well.
They want to pay me the big bucks. My body is a wonderland of ads.
My body is committed to capitalism, baby.
$1 million, I'll get a Manscaped tattoo across my back.
Oh.
Wait, 2 million.
I was like, no, you said $1 million?
$2 million.
Damn. And
I need $1 million after taxes, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Derek Carr is free. So now he is free to go wherever he wants. And it looks like he's going to take his time, though, which makes all the sense in the world. It's like, go to the team that you want to go to. The Saints still make a lot of sense if they figure out their cap issues, but he's going to, have some choices.
I like Carr to the Panthers in terms of like, I think with the coaching staff they've put together, that's the best fit for Derek Carr. They've got DJ Moore there. They had a great running game. Their defense, young, underrated. They got Jiro Evero to coach that defense. It's just Carr and Frank Reich and Jim Caldwell there now. It's like, that's such a mild-mannered, polite group of gentlemen that I think Derek Carr fits right into.
You think they have like noon tea time?
Yeah, like their like film sessions are gonna just be so positive. This wasn't the perfect read here, Derek. What we would like to see is the X receiver being your first read in this situation. Other than that, love what you did on this play, even though it was a pick six, though it cost us the game.
It did.
Next time, I think you can make the right decision. Why?
Yeah.
Jesus got your back.
Meanwhile, if it was Dan Campbell, he would just like rip your heart out like Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom. And he'd just be like, you get this back when you earn it.
Yeah. But in a loving way. He's like, I still love you.
I still love you. That's why
I'm holding your heart
I'm
hostage.
holding your heart in my hand. That's how much I love you.
Will I eat it and consume it?
That's up to you. That's up to you.
That's your choice.
That is your choice.
Oh, it's tasty heart too. That's a pure heart. No cholesterol in this bad boy. You must be eating healthy. NASCAR vehicle.
Did you just, I just want to make sure, clarify on the show, you just pretended to have an NFL player's heart in your hand as Dan Campbell and slowly licked it, saying it was tasty and could read the cholesterol levels based off licking this person's
That's how you test. Heart doctors, sure, they can do like EKGs and whatever.
Like
but until they get in there and lick your heart, they don't know what kind of cholesterol you got going in there. How much blockage is going on. I imagine like in the 1500s when medical science was nothing, but they were experimenting. I bet that's one thing they tested.
Licking hearts?
Oh, for sure. They did some crazy shit back then.
Oh, no, I'm very aware. I taught about a lot of it. I never saw anything about licking hearts.
Yeah, well, you must have been reading fake science.
Okay.
Bet you were out there teaching evolution too.
It's not really my I mean, I talk about Darwin because like he's in history, but like that's not really my department.
He didn't even exist.
I mean, he did not come up with survival of the fittest, that catchphrase. That's very true. He did not do that.
He just made giant turtles in his Frankenstein lab.
Nope, that's not.
He tried to create an army of giant turtles to fight off the Romans.
Nope. Wow.
That's how I remember history.
Nope, that's so incredibly wrong. I hope no one is watching this in school right now.
Kids, put on GPS, learn a thing or two. All right, here's the thing. Eric Bieniemy looks like he's leaving the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm sorry. I was waiting for this comment.
Frankenstein is a doctor.
No, the doctor. It's Frankenstein's monster.
No,
Yes.
Frankenstein is the monster.
It's Frankenstein.
Frankenstein was a werewolf, actually. All right, check
What?
it. Eric Bieniemy is leaving the Chiefs. I swear to God, he's gonna do it.
Oh my God. Go ahead, Brandon. Talk about Eric Bieniemy.
He's going to interview with the Commanders tomorrow. The Washington Commanders. According to some NFL sources, Bieniemy now accepting the idea he needs to make a lateral move to become a head coach in the NFL. Commanders make sense. I think Bieniemy would be a good fit with Sam Howell in his second season, right? We saw a little bit of Howell at the end. He's a guy. They're going to use his ability to run. And if Bieniemy can go there and make the Commanders' offense look respectable, he can get under the get out from the shadow of Andy Reid, which is a big shadow, and Patrick Mahomes. Like, that's the thing. Patrick Mahomes is so good. It's hard, I think, for somebody to be like the coach, the offensive coordinator is the reason Mahomes is so good. So he's got to go coach a shittier quarterback, make him look good, and then the door for head coach opens. But I think he should go to Arizona. You got Jonathan Gannon going down there, taking the head coaching job in Arizona. Okay. Kyler Murray, we don't know when he's going to be back. Jonathan Gannon, what's he going to do? He's going to bring backup QB Gardner Minshew with him down to Arizona to fill in while Kyler Murray recovers. Now, we saw a little bit of a mixed bag from Gardner Minshew this season. Bieniemy makes Gardner Minshew look like a hero again. Kyler Murray comes in. He gets the best out of him. That's the path to success. I want to see Gardner Minshew starting the first 8 games of the season for the Arizona Cardinals with Bieniemy calling the plays.
Do you just want to see Bieniemy away from the Chiefs, or you just want to see Gardner Minshew's success that bad?
What's up, Bird Gang? Jonathan Gannon, your new head coach, Arizona Cardinals. Ready to get to work. Buckle up. We're going to have some fun.
I didn't realize that was the first half of the clip. That makes it 10 times worse. That makes it Bird Gang. What team am I? Arizona Cardinals, not the other Bird.
Shit.
Bless you.
Buckle up. We're going to have some fun.
That's great. But the Bird Gang, we Arizona Cardinals. Like, he's like reminding himself, he's like, it's not the Eagles, it's the Cardinal. Different bird. Hey, Matt Nagy's a Super Bowl champion now, okay? Just saying. Super Bowl champ now. Bird Gang.
You never know when a coach is going to work.
Bird Gang.
I mean, now the Eagles got to fill both an OC and a DC job.
No. Especially if Love starts. No. Yeah. I mean, listen, I'd love to see Gardner Minshew do well. And the Cardinals are like just like they got a top 3 pick, right? Like what are they, number 2? No, number 3. Yeah, they're literally number 3. They're number 3. Like, who knows? Just get like an edge rush or something, or just trade out of the spot. Like, it's just like mess around. Who cares? Just like, the season ain't going anywhere anyway. Just do whatever you want. You ain't gonna get fired. You just like do crazy stuff. Like, just run that QB sneak play that they did in Philadelphia. Just line up every single time.
Get wild.
Every
Get
single
nuts.
time.
Minshew Mania is back. Oh,
Andy.
interesting, Nick.
Mm.
I mean, okay, so here's the other thing. And this is real. This is some real shit, okay?
It's real.
Shane Steichen, hired by the Colts as their head coach. Coming over, he was just the OC for the Eagles. During the press conference, Jim Irsay makes a reference to Bryce Young.
Mm-hmm.
So now everybody's like, oh, did Jim Irsay tip his hat, his Ed Hardy hat, to who the Colts are going to target for their next quarterback? Well, we know the Chicago Bears have the number 1 pick. We know teams may be trying to trade up to get that pick because the Texans definitely taking a QB at number 2.
The Colts, I mean, they've made it clear that they'll trade the farm to go up and get where they need to get to.
Yeah. So the Colts going from 4 to 1 to get Bryce Young, that seems more probable than ever now.
Of course.
And that hiring Shane Steichen is the right move for the Colts in terms of taking a young QB to develop him, because he worked with Justin Herbert his rookie season. He just came in, got the best out of Jalen Hurts, developed him, and now you go get another young QB, develop that guy. But the Cardinals at 3, let's say the Bears decide they're not going to trade. Okay, then you're kind of looking at that number 3 spot, and maybe you just stay put knowing that the Cardinals are not going to take a QB. But if you think another team's going to jump into that spot to take a QB, you could see the Colts and the Cardinals swap spots there, and the Cardinals get, some extra picks to build around.
Yeah. I mean, that could be a way to play. It's just like, if Bryce Young is the target for both the Texans and the Colts, the Bears are just be like, okay, who wants him? Because and that's the thing. The Colts just have to outbid the Texans. That's it. But
the Texans, or, maybe like the Panthers or even the Raiders, if they don't make a trade for Aaron Rodgers, the Raiders are sitting there. So it'll be interesting.
Where's Rihanna at? That's what we're all waiting for.
Waiting for.
Where's Rihanna at? Where's Rihanna at? Where's Rihanna at? Woo-hoo-hoo.
Johnny make that.
It's coming out today. I can't wait.
Nice.
I'm sorry. It's just a little tease. Just a little tease.
Where is Rihanna at?
Ooh. All right, Perna. Well, I wanted to talk about kind of some of the biggest surprises as we recap and close out this past season before we get into the crazy. Oh, before we even do that, Aaron Rodgers going on Pat McAfee yesterday, not in the darkness yet, saying that it was not going to happen until near the end of the week, and said something that I'm very, very happy about. He said, all respect to Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter, but when it comes to me, they don't know shit. He said, they just don't know. They just do not know. He goes, there's nobody in my inner circle who would talk to them. Anybody who's talking to them about me is not in my inner circle. And it's as simple as that. And I'm just glad it went out there. So I'm like, good. We can stop talking about this now, right? No. But it was a nice pipe dream that I had for 5 seconds after seeing the clip. So
Rodgers have an inner circle? That's what I want to know. And I want to see it. I want pics, or it didn't happen.
I don't know if it's a circle. What if it's in a different shape?
Ooh, that's how you know. That's how he knows.
It's a constellation, probably, or an astrological sign, I would imagine.
It's an octagon, actually, Pat. Do you know how I know Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport, with all due respect, are full of a bunch of shit, Pat? My inner circle is an inner octagon.
Yeah, he might film the darkness thing.
Oh, wow.
Apparently the toilet's in the middle of the room. I just go do it, buddy. Go, whatever makes you happy, whatever gets your mentals right, just go for it.
Does it have like a wall around it? Or is it just open?
Well, I think it's in the darkness, so you just need to know where the toilet is. So no, I think it's just
but
right there in the middle.
if you go to the bathroom, you want to be able to shut that door so you're not just sitting in darkness and the stench of your own feces.
Well, I mean, you flush it, and then
but it's still going to smell up the room.
Yeah, but I mean, you're also in the dark for 4 days, Brandon. What are we?
Do you actually look forward to the smell of your own poop because you're just so bored in the darkness? Ooh, it's poop smelling time. We got 30 minutes where I can smell my own feces.
Ryan, I'm just going to go in there with no information whatsoever and talk about cars going fast. That's it.
Oh, yeah, you got to do that this weekend, huh?
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, no more streams on Sunday. And the chat was like, hey, you thought, idiot. Yeah, no, it didn't. Whatever.
Oh, boy.
It's going to be a time. All right. But we thought we'd talk about some of the biggest surprises from this year, because while Travis Kelce saying nobody believed in us, well, that might not necessarily be true. There are some big shocks that come from this past season, and we prepared a little bit of a list. Well, Brandon did, and I have it in my brain, but Brandon, what were some of the things that shocked you this season?
Well, obviously my team. Talk about performance not meeting expectations. Talk about really just questioning everything you thought you knew about a game you have followed closely and paid attention to your entire life. I thought about joining a church. That's how lost I was this season as a Broncos.
We do a show where we navigate people. Just do the show.
I was like, Russell Wilson's playing 10 times worse than I thought was possible. Nathaniel Hackett's not even close to the coach we thought we were getting. We can't run the football at all.
That's true.
All these receivers we thought were going to be great, not making plays. The Broncos, biggest surprise for me. And if they were average, I would have been like, this is disappointing. If they were 8-9, I'd been like, this is a rough season. 5-12. That was number one. Counter.
Brandon, can I ask a question? What was the bigger surprise to you, though? Russell Wilson not being good or Nathaniel Hackett not being good?
Russ, the way Russ played. I think first-time head coach, you never know. Like, there's a bunch of unknown there. Yeah. But with a quarterback who's played 10 years in the league, you kind of expect them to raise the bar for the team. Even if you're not getting the best coaching, like you want the quarterback to kind of just take over the game. And don't get me wrong, like I think Russ has a good chance to look better this coming season, but it's why like I was so hard on the Buccaneers for firing Byron Leftwich. Tom Brady is more responsible than Leftwich for that offense being crap, in my opinion. Go listen to Tom Brady and Belichick talk about each other. Talk about what Tom Brady was so good at. It's seeing the field, knowing what to do on the field. You can't be if you want to be called the GOAT, you cannot accept responsibility for a bad. Like you have
they
to.
Still made the playoffs.
With the
they did.
Record.
I mean, they made the playoffs. I mean, like
sure.
Okay,
I'm saying when you've been in the league that long, you got to own the line of scrimmage. You got to own a big part of that responsibility. Peyton Manning was the coach on the field wherever he went. Peyton Manning got Adam Gase 2 jobs in the NFL as head coach. All right. You're at the line of scrimmage. You've been in the league for 20 years. You know all the shit.
So it's literally up to you.
For Brady, for guys like Brady and Manning, yeah.
Okay. So then that Super Bowl loss, then the snap right over his head, that's all on Manning then.
Dude,
he's got to dominate that.
The snap over his head's on the center.
No, but he's got to control that offensive line, He's got to be that guy. So, you got to have
every
a
single play is
he's got such a large head. He's just, come on, he's got to be able to bat that thing down.
I'm saying when you don't run the football at all, at all, you throw it 700 plus times and you're the quarterback of that offense. Yeah, it is on you. Please.
His head should have batted it down. That's all I'm going to say. Should have been like a soccer thing.
Weird thing to reference. This Broncos offense just got dominated by the Seahawks defense in that game.
It's because Peyton Manning wasn't good.
He played a better defense. They got beat by a better defense. No, he wouldn't have. Get out of here, Johnny. I'm going to give you a 500-minute episode to edit now. 500 minutes. Damn it.
You're going to punish Johnny by making him edit something and then paying him for the job.
Yep. Here's your punishment. Long, drawn out. Let's see here.
Video, which I'm going to pay you for your time.
Don't know. Anyway.
Just review every bad snap from the Broncos season. That'll take 500 minutes.
Sure. My whole point was Russ should have been better on the field. Next surprise. Tua's rise and fall because of concussions.
What was the surprising part? The rising or the falling part?
Yeah, well, like I thought Mike McDaniel going to Miami, loved it. They bring in Tyreek Hill. I thought the Dolphins were going to look better on offense. I didn't think they were going to look that much better this season that quickly. And Tua looked great running that offense. And it was a damn shame that he suffered multiple head injuries during that stretch. I also listened to him talk about him taking so long to get cleared from that last concussion. He wasn't even in concussion protocol at the end of the season. They just decided he wasn't going to play anymore. And then he went into the protocol like after it. But yeah, I just thought like Mike McDaniel, especially when you compare McDaniel to Hackett and two younger first-time head coaches and the difference they made and the impacts they made with their team. Very different. Very different. But yeah, I was surprised.
I think what's really interesting too is like the Tyreek Hill trade was so massive for both teams, right? Because like they were able, like the Chiefs were able to like address the defense a little bit, and like they were able to just adjust to life without Tyreek Hill, and they did it. Like there were some bumps in the road, but they did it for the most part. It was just like not as explosive in terms of just like down the field, like vertical threats, like a ton. Like you had more of like Juju Smith-Schuster getting involved, MVS in parts of the season getting involved. Of course, Travis Kelce's like the guy, but you saw guys like Isaiah Pacheco like really emerge, you know, in just crucial situations. And then Tyreek Hill was an absolute stud for the Dolphins. Like he was phenomenal. Like he was in Offensive Player of the Year discussions. So it looked like it was just a trade that benefited both teams. And I know like when Hill was traded away, because you had, you know, three number one wide receivers get traded this offseason. Because you had Devontae, you had Tyreek Hill, and you had AJ Brown.
Yeah.
It's interesting just to see how both teams flourished outside of that. And also the Chiefs like made a cost-cutting move. And like people were like, oh, they're going to kind of be in like a rebuild or not be as good. And they won a Super Bowl without their best wide receiver.
I don't think anybody thought they were going to be in a rebuild. Like they lost one guy. What they did that surprised me was how well they drafted this year. Their draft was very good at the time.
Pacheco was a 7th round pick.
What's that?
Pacheco, I think, was a 7th round pick.
Yeah, but you had Trent McDuffie, you had George Karlaftis.
He came on the end of the season.
Those guys came in and they made impacts like immediately. Their offensive line still great. So like I don't like rebuild is a very
that I meant word. More like reload, but it was like
retool, sure.
Reload, whatever word you want to use. Like I'm not saying they're the Texans like restarting from scratch. It was more of just like it was going to be a different kind of offense, like with the Packers. Like they were the Packers. They both traded away like their number one receivers, you know, and it was kind of like, okay, well, how are they going to adjust?
I'm not looking forward to anything next season, Kyle. I'm dead inside. And like what we thought would happen is maybe it just takes a little bit for the Chiefs offense to really click. We just knew the distribution would be spread out among Juju Smith-Schuster. We thought Mecole Hardman might be more involved, or Sky Moore might be more involved. Sky Moore's first touchdown came in the Super Bowl, obviously huge. MVS had a big playoff game. The Chiefs linebackers, Nick Bolton and Willie Gay were great. Leo Chanel played quite a bit, or at least it felt like he was getting more snaps in the Super Bowl. Chris Jones was just insane this year. Like they had a good team, and even more so than that, they were the healthiest team throughout the basically entire season. If not the healthiest.
They had like
one
McDuffie go down. Well, it's like the next man up mentality, right? So like McDuffie goes down, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, like he was already like in danger of kind of like, oh, is your job safe? And then he got hurt, and then it was like, well, Isaiah Pacheco just came in, but he was insane in the preseason because the Packers played the Chiefs in the preseason. And I was like, who the hell is Pacheco? And that man like ran hard. Like he's been a stud for them.
He's a guy like he runs with purpose as a running back.
He honestly reminds me of like a Jamal Williams type running back where he's just like,
that's a
go
good
and get the
comparison.
yards. Just go.
100%. So like all that went right for Kansas City, and health is underrated. And it's a big reason the Eagles got there. Because when guys went down, they just replaced them. There's like free agent, let's make a trade. Like those were two of the healthiest teams getting there. But okay, so Tyreek Hill goes to the Dolphins, they get a lot better, right? AJ Brown goes to the Eagles, they get a lot better, showing how important those two pieces are. Devontae Adams goes to the Raiders. Devontae Adams is still great.
He was great.
The Raiders suck. So that should tell you how shitty Josh McDaniels is as a head coach. The thing I'm least surprised about this season, Josh McDaniels sucking so bad.
It's so great.
His QB at the end of the season, gets the best or one of the best wide receivers in the league, and he's the only one who can't make his team better. And he got a hell of a season out of Josh Jacobs on top of it. Darren Waller, worse. Hunter Renfrow, worse. The Raiders.
Like Renfrow was out the huge chunk of the year.
Don't care. He wouldn't have got hurt if Josh McDaniels wasn't his head coach.
There it is.
Third and Renfrow.
So that one's on coaching. That one's not on Derek Carr, who's a veteran, and has been in the league for basically the argument you made for Manning and Brady. Like,
no, Derek Carr's never been on their level though.
I know.
Derek Carr's being asked to run a new offense. It's a completely different comparison.
Completely different type of way of flying altogether.
Different comparison. Carr's never been like the game controller.
No. He had like that one amazing year. And then
okay, there's the Rodgers. I put Rodgers. I put Brady. I put Manning. I would have liked to see Russ have more control of the offense when he's on the field. But watching him, as long as he's been in the league, but
he looked like a younger
Russ,
QB.
It's a new offense he's doing. Yeah. To be fair to Russ, new scheme, whole team learning new shit. This was Brady and Leftwich, third year together. You put a lot on Rodgers if the offense isn't working.
Yeah.
It's when it's that level of QB and they've been with the same guy for that long, and they have the power to change plays. Most of those, they're like calling multiple plays anyway, and then they're getting the line and seeing what they think the defense is showing and making the right call there. Anyway, what were you surprised about this season, Tom?
Honestly, I think there's three teams that are in the top of my mind of first of all, the Seahawks.
Yeah, right. This is perfect for this comment.
It's the Seahawks. Like the Seahawks are probably, if they're not my most surprising team, they're real close. Because I thought the Lions wouldn't finish in last. I thought that they would be solid this year. They were very, very solid. They obviously started off really rough and then they kind of rebounded. But the Seahawks trading away Russell Wilson, which everybody panned. Seahawks fans lost their minds. ESPN gave the trade a D+ for them. Like it was horrible, right?
I was pretty fair to him, but everybody else wasn't.
Yeah. Geno Smith, Drew Lock, you were to have these two guys and be like, oh, this is going to be terrible. They win the first game and then they lose and you're like, okay, going back to earth. And they rallied and they made the playoffs. I mean, Kenneth Walker was an absolute stud this year. He played really well. The offensive line played pretty solid this year as well, too.
Yeah, their draft picks, Charles Cross comes in immediately. Great. Abraham Lucas, right? That was the other guy they grabbed.
What was interesting, too, is their defense was horrible, was really bad in the beginning. And it wound up not being great at the end, too. But there was a middle stretch. It was after week 5 that they got good. And they started clicking and they won a bunch of games. So that was the Seahawks, I'd probably say was the craziest, most surprising one because I thought they're going to be terrible.
Yeah.
The other team that I was surprised with is actually the Falcons because the Falcons, I thought almost universally they were going to be the worst team in the league.
Yeah. No, I think everybody did. We thought they had
Marcus
the
Mariota.
Roster.
Yeah. It's the roster's not great. They're just not really going to do wonderful things. And they were competitive. I mean, listen, they still had a losing record and they didn't win the division, but they were in it until the last few weeks. So, and there was flashes of them. I just thought Tariq Woolen was insane. What a draft pick that was. But I think besides the Seahawks, the other most surprising team to me has to be the Giants. The
Yeah,
Giants,
I think it's the Giants, it's the Jags, the Seahawks are like the top 3 most surprising.
What surprised me about the Jaguars is how good their free agent pickups were. That's a surprise because I made fun of them, just like a whole lot of other people did when they were giving Christian Kirk that kind of money, when they're bringing in Evan Ingram, who couldn't catch a ball to save his life in New York, when they're bringing in Zay Jones, they're doing all of these things. And it's like, okay, haha, but they were much better. They were much, much better. And I thought they'd be better than they were because that's a low bar, but
who didn't make fun of them?
Who did make fun of them?
Me. You? Yeah, I mean, it was like maybe they overspent for some of these players a little bit, but I admired the effort the Jags were making to try and get Trevor Lawrence some weapons.
Yes.
Now I thought they had 2 decent players there in DJ Chark and LaVisca. Chenault. Yeah, I liked those 2 guys, but they made improvements there. So yeah, I think the Jags exceeded expectations more than any team. The Lions second half of the season, flipping around from that 6-game losing streak, great. But I think there was optimism around the Detroit Lions heading into this season, and I think Hard Knocks helped hype them up a little bit.
Did.
The Giants for sure, because I did not think the Giants would be good, even though I thought they Dable was great.
Yes.
I thought Daniel Jones would look better with him, but they turned into just a gritty, tough football team, and they were riddled with injuries at the wide receiver position,
secondary, they had. Yeah, I mean, what he was able to do with a less talent, because this is the argument that we made about Doug Peterson versus Brian Dable for Coach of the Year. The amount of talent that was on the Giants, I think, was less than what the talent was, in terms of, especially at the most important position, QB. They drafted well, and the fact that they were able to make the playoffs, win a playoff game. I mean, it again shows really good coaching, and the Giants, they should be very excited about their future. Now, it's funny too, because going into this, they're like, well, there's no way they're re-signing Daniel Jones. This is it for him, right? And the same was basically saying the same was said about Barkley, because Barkley, he had that great year, and then just injury, and then this year had his renaissance.
Yeah, it felt like he was a little quiet though when they really needed him. And I'm not saying that's 100% on him. Maybe just teams knew they had to take him out of the game. But yeah, they've got an interesting decision to make with Saquon, I think. Would the Jags have been better had they drafted Aiden Hutchinson?
I mean, you got a little bit out of Walker, but you also had some bad stinky games with him. I mean, I think it's so for just this season, yes. But I think overall, we're just going to have to wait and see. I mean, I still think that they should have taken Hutchinson, but that's just me. I think he was the best guy at that spot. But
yeah, I think he's going to have kind of a breakout season next year. And he had 11 sacks this year, which Aiden Hutchinson did.
He had the same amount of picks as Sauce Gardner.
Wow.
Yeah, he's going to be a problem. You knew he was going to be an issue. And I was like, he's going to Detroit. Yeah. He's staying in Michigan. He's with Dan Campbell. I'm like, no, they're going to get everything out of it. On Hard Knocks, the coaches are like, yeah, something is special about him.
Yeah.
It's just come on, man. It's come on.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was looking at Pro Football Focus on his sacks. They count their own shit. So maybe it was 9.5. But I also see the Jets in the comments there. I would say the Jets actually disappointed. Their defense overperformed.
Absolutely.
For sure. Nailed their draft. Amazing draft for the Jets. But you got Zach Wilson heading into his second year. You want to see him get better, and he did not get any better. So they definitely didn't. I think Zach Wilson's one of the biggest disappointments this season. Could have been Trey Lance, but he got hurt again, which is part of the disappointment. But I would have really liked to see Trey Lance play. But that opened the door for old Brock Purdy, one of the best stories of the year.
I would say the Rams being as bad as they were, that's a pretty big surprise. Like, I didn't think they'd be as good, but I was like, they'll still be very competitive. They weren't. I mean, listen, Stafford goes down, like that didn't help, but they were not good. The Rams were bad. And again, it shows like they went all in, they got their ring. Now things may be painful. So,
Nick, that's because the Steelers are very boring right now. Yes, so boring.
They are boring. They are boring.
Kenny Pickett, we'll see.
Played pretty well.
He looked like, yeah, he was good enough. Steelers defense always going to be solid. They weren't as good without TJ Watt. And I think the highlight for the Steelers, though, is Pickens. He looks legit.
Some of the catches he made were insane.
Yeah. He needs to become more complete, but he got hands.
Yeah, I would say so. Other than that, like the Cardinals, I didn't expect them to be good at all. Broncos and Raiders, I had them finishing last in their division. Chargers, I can't be surprised with anything from the Chargers anymore. Like they're just, I refuse to hype them up anymore. I'm officially done. Like this offseason, they can go out and get Joe Burrow and also resurrect, everybody. Like that would just be like, no, I don't think
Chargers need to trade Joey Bosa. Just trade him. He's never healthy long enough. And now when he does play, he's not making a big enough impact. The Chargers, Justin Herbert being hurt all season long.
And then what happened?
It was like after 2 weeks of playing through his rib injuries, we just expected him to be the same. Turns out he had that shoulder issue as well. Losing Rashawn Slater was just huge for the Chargers offensive line. So I think they can be better. I think they kind of it was 2 key injuries, slowed them down. But yeah, but that's always the story with the Chargers.
Yeah, it is. I think the least surprising thing is the Minnesota Vikings not winning a single playoff game. That was watching them play. I was like,
hey, maybe they played in the best game of the year though. That comeback
against the Bills. Oh, you're saying the Colts one was better? Dude, the Bills one I think was more entertaining. That game was insane. They went to overtime. The Justin Jefferson catch. Like the fumble at the 1, like that game was crazy. No. I know
the biggest comeback in NFL history. I think was crazier.
It was really funny. And I was like, come on, Colts, you can't just like, come on, man. We're up 33-0. Come on.
Yeah. Hey, this is a good one. This is a good.
You tell me.
The amount of quarterback injuries this year was kind of crazy. I think it is the most injured QBs have ever been, which is funnier because they've never been more protected. But like Stafford, he's hurt. Like I said, Herbert played through an injury all year.
Yep. Tua.
Trey Lance goes down. Jimmy G goes down. Tua's got the concussions. Who else got hurt this year?
Aaron Rodgers, his thumb.
Rodgers he dealt with a thumb injury. Brady was dealing with the shoulder thing. Kyler Murray tears his ACL.
Jalen Hurts got hurt.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts his shoulder.
Kyler
Murray.
I just said Kyler Murray.
Sorry.
That's okay. Josh Allen played through that elbow injury. We forgot about that too. Like, those things linger. Shoulders, elbows, finger injuries for quarterbacks. Those are not what you want. They can play through.
Lamar Jackson got hurt.
Yep.
Justin Fields got hurt for a little bit.
Yeah. I think Justin Fields was one of the bigger surprises too. I felt like it wasn't like that he just played better. It's that he played so well as the Bears kind of dismantled their roster for the rebuild. It was like,
because they started actually calling plays for him. It was like, oh no, but same old stuff. And then it was like, wait a minute. What if we design plays for the guy who can run? Yeah. What if we design run plays for him? And he was like one of the best running backs like in the NFL.
Yeah. They just had to be called out by Ryan Fitzpatrick. Once he was like, why aren't you using his legs?
Honestly, I think it's Atlanta. I don't think it's Denver because after Peyton Manning, there wasn't an expectation. I think the Rams are up there. Atlanta might be, though, because Atlanta was like, hey, we went in and they didn't make it back. I don't know.
Yeah. Lane Johnson, tough as nails.
So, just saying.
Honestly, the fact that we got robbed of another Jason Kelce Super Bowl victory speech is probably the biggest tragedy of the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. We're going to get like 4 catchphrases from Travis Kelce today during the victory parade.
Yep.
Jason Kelce, guarantee he would have one-upped his speech from the last one.
That's what you're upset about, Brandon?
Yeah, he would have dressed up as a Philly cheesesteak this time. They're showing him on TV right now. Oh my God, what timing.
Jason Kelce or the parade?
Jason Kelce.
I'm surprised you're not watching the parade.
I will not. I will not. Boy, I hope it is so cold there. Oh my gosh. I hope it is freezing cold. Snowing here, so.
It's going to be 60 degrees here. Make it make sense. I don't know.
Another big surprise. The Panthers QB situation. There's a good chance.
It got better after trading Christian McCaffrey also.
Yeah. Deal Baker. Darnold was hurt. He comes back. Yeah, the Panthers situation was weird.
Panthers is a weird team. They're weird. They're just like, oh yeah, we have a really good defense now, and we're gonna run the ball. So, whatever. But it was a crazy season, Brandon Perna.
Definitely was.
It was a crazy season. And
but now that's over. And we look to the future.
Done. Now it's free agency time in a couple of weeks, and Aaron Rodgers making some decision.
Just need Sean Payton to hire coaching staff, and I'll start to feel better about my life.
I just want to know what's going on with my team. That's it.
You're in limbo.
Oh, don't I know it, buddy?
Last year at this time, I was like, ooh, there's a chance the Broncos are going to get Aaron Rodgers. I was like, ooh. And then they didn't. And then they got Russ. And I was like, okay, consolation prize.
We're going to have our QB for the next 10 years. Oh, I remember, Brandon. I remember.
Boy.
So, but Brandon, what do you got coming out today?
I got a couple shorts.
Oh,
an NBA basketball short.
Where's Rihanna at? That's what we're all waiting for.
Waiting for.
Where's Rihanna at? Where's Rihanna at? Where's Rihanna at? Where's Rihanna at?
That's what you got coming out today. Nice.
I got that. That's gonna come out very shortly. And then Eagles fan reaction to the season. Dropped the Chiefs one yesterday. Eagles coming out today.
Oh yeah, that'll be a big one.
Yeah, should hit 449 today. We should. We'll see.
All right, we did it.
We did it. Okay.
Buckle up. We're going to have some fun.
Intro.
We're going to have some fun. That's the least convinced I've ever been about fun happening after.
Accurate.
We're going to have some fun.
We're going to have some fun. Arizona Cardinals. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is G, a P, and an S. And you have been navigated.
Buckle up. We're going to have some fun.